Okay. By request, this goes out to you, Dwayne. I've got a Hohner Thunderbird in the low F tuning, and I have a Hohner Rocket Low in a low F tuning. All right, let's talk about these differences. So what is a low F? What does that exactly mean? Well, it means that you're tuned one octave below a standard F. That's the most important thing to understand about low tuning. Unless it says double low, like LL, in which case they do make a double L, low F. You ready for this? Now, I find that this low of a tuning has very limited and very specific, let's say, application, but man, is it beautiful. And most people, when they hear it for the first time, they feel like they have to go out and buy one. It resonate. You hit that chord, it just keeps going. So beautiful, low F. Let me start by saying that they're very different price points. So right away, if you have a specific budget in mind and you have a lower budget in mind, the Rocket Low is going to fit the bill, and it plays great. You're not losing anything in that trade-off here. This will run you close to, I want to say, 120, 130 in that neighborhood US dollars. This would be closer to like $65 to $75 price point for a Rocket Low. That's approximate. Please look that up. And I want to go through and just tell you about the differences between the harmonicas. From a tuning standpoint, they actually are very comparable, which I really appreciate. When you get the chords right on a low-tuned harmonica, it makes all the difference. And the opposite would be, when they're off, it's like, what's the point? So they nailed it. Hohner nailed the tuning. The first time I picked up both of these, that was the first thing that popped into my brain was, wow, the tuning on the chords is spectacular. Nice and full, even on the Thunderbird. So what are the main differences? You can tell right away by looking at them that this Thunderbird has bamboo for the comb, and this has plastic on the Rocket Low. That's a big difference right away. Bamboo's triple lacquered. It feels as smooth as plastic. It's wonderful to play these Thunderbirds. If you look at the side vents, they are closed off on this Rocket Low, and on the Thunderbird, they're opened up. So that gives the Thunderbird a brighter tone, and it just projects more volume. It emits a little more projection with that volume. But you can hear that it's kind of a clear, brighter sound. The Rocket Low, I would describe it as a little more muted and compressed, just like a Special 20. The Thunderbird is part of the Marine Band family. It's a Marine Band Thunderbird, while the Rocket is part of the Progressive family, and that belongs to that Special 20 Golden Melody series. So it makes sense that that's how they designed it and why it sounds that way. Another huge difference is that on the Thunderbird, they have this design right here called the conical design. You can tell the bottom reed plate is thicker, right? Thank you, Joe Falisco, for helping Hohner design this cover plate to be that way, to allow the one draw to swing lower and not hit the cover plate in the process and rattle. If you were to jam too much air, more than you need, in this, you could make that happen. Why doesn't it happen? It's horrible. I know it's a horrible sound. But why am I demoing it? Just to show you that if you did it on this, it holds. So you can put a little more air through a Thunderbird, especially on that one, specifically on the one draw. I never run into that problem. I want to point out that when I play this, not once has that happened to me. I've adjusted to playing properly in the world of diatonic playing, so it just doesn't happen. There's only so much air you need to push through this instrument in general on a diatonic 10-hole harmonica. So and you can push a decent amount from the diaphragm and not have any issues with that. What else is different? Well, those are the main differences. You can see that there are, holding down the reed plates, 3 heavy gauge screws visible on this Thunderbird and 2 that you can see right there on the Rocket Low. You can see how much use I've had out of this because I've worn off part of the Hohner logo, sweating all over it and gripping it hundreds and hundreds of times by this point. And it still plays great. So those are the main differences. I want to just kind of cover it quickly again. Bamboo on the Thunderbird versus plastic. Closed side vents on this Rocket Low versus the open on the Thunderbird. Bamboo, plastic, open, closed side vents. Conical design that you get on the Thunderbird is a higher price point, and you don't have that on the Rocket Low. And on that note,